Hey, what's up, St. Louis? It's SoJourner on my journey to figure out what to do with my hair. I'm here at Sweethead Naturals. It's located at 8133 Del Mar here in U City. And I have an appointment with LaWanda, who has been in my life for a very long time and probably one of the first beauticians that I ever went to see. So we're gonna go in, check it out. Like there's lots of products to choose from here. So my appointment is going to get started in just a minute, and just want to share the experience with you. So
It's a flat twist, flat twist style, which is great styles to transition from. Now this is the extensions. This ain't none of your cousin's hair at all. But my hair is like this though, but I just don't have time. It's easy.
right,
It's easy with my time schedule and stuff like that. So I just, I'm just like, what's the goal? Like I just need to, because then I can say, okay, this is how we're gonna transition to that, to get to that style.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, okay, if we turn, and to me, I think you need to transition curly. I think you need to go in that route.
Yeah.
And you may have to go with it with a protective style, like this, or something. Which is easy. It may look like I got, it's a whole lot to keep up with, but it's not. It's really, really
I don't know,
easy.
like my problem is with having like the other hair. I just, I let that go so long ago that it's so difficult for me to even fathom that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it.
So you want to work with your own texture. Well, I mean the two texture basically, and the time of transitioning out of it.
Right.
So with your options of that is wide sets, draw sets, two-strand twists, those, and work with it like that. It gets bigger over time, gets bigger as days, occasionally when you first do it, it's easy too, because all you do have to follow how I'm gonna part it and patterning of it, basically, at nighttime.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, and then it will give you a little elongation to it too, kind of long and and it's gonna eventually be like like that, So I just need to get her shampooed and blow dried, and then we're right with you.
Okay. He's gonna shampoo me.
Sweethead Natural Gentle Moist Shampoo.
The Sweethead Natural, what is it called?
Gentle Moist Shampoo.
Gentle Moist Shampoo. Oh, okay. Gentle Moist Shampoo. Okay. And she said she's gonna give me a lot of steam. I don't know.
Yes, the steam is set up. Moisturize my hair.
Okay. I don't know that I've had steam applied to my hair before.
It's nice.
So that's a product that's sold here too, right? The Sweethead Naturals.
On everything that we make here is so.
Oh, okay. And it's made here?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know that.
That's why I have my apron on. I was in the bag.
Oh, okay.
Product.
How long has the line, do you know how long you guys have been making?
One has been making products for a very long time. I just actually started in March.
Okay.
You're not getting your color anything, are you?
No.
Okay, I'm saying. Everybody looking at it.
I know that I was probably introduced to going to the salon when I was like, I don't know, maybe in middle school. Before that, my grandmother is a beautician, so she used to always press my hair.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. My mom would go from taking me to the twins across the street, getting French braids with beads, which I loved, to taking me to my grandma to press and curl my hair. And every time, without fail, she would burn me. Every single time.
I always used to say that, oh, you burn me. And I'd be like doing the ducking.
Right.
It's like, stop moving. You know I ain't burning you. That's just the heat.
Oh.
You can say it was heat if you wanted to, but that heat felt just like you putting it right on my skin. Oh my God.
I don't know how I still have the tops of my ears.
And that's all you're saying, but yep, we can try. We would try anything to get our hair to look a certain way. We will. My favorite color is the blue curl.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Something that will never in this lifetime ever come back.
It's some people who still have it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Where I'm from, some people in Arkansas.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
These are more the
That's where
older
my family's
people.
from too. Arkansas. Yeah.
Yeah, like the braids, you go, let's say, you went through the braids, pressing braids.
And then my mom took me to get my first perm. I had to wait till high school. She wouldn't let me get it before that. So I went to the beautician to get my hair like pressed all through middle school, and then in high school she let me get a perm. I begged her and begged her and begged her.
In middle school?
In middle school I was still getting it pressed.
Okay.
She wouldn't let me get a perm until my freshman year in high school.
I didn't get mine until I moved up here, so
Oh, okay.
like I was sophomore.
Yeah, and I went through, me and my mom went round and round about hair because I wanted to wear like the styles that people were wearing, stacks and freeze and all that stuff, and she was against that.
Freeze, I never got with that one. I never got with that one.
Yeah.
So
We just figure out a way to do whatever it is
we do.
we're gonna do to it. So
And with my grandmother, she was always keen upon growing hair because I used to get sores in my head a whole lot. So what she would do, and this is, old remedy,
yeah.
she would catch the water from the rain.
Oh wow.
In May or April is one of them. And she would use it to wash my hair.
Oh, okay.
And I was supposed to help, with the sores in my head.
Wow.
Big old George, she just sit, with the doors out and catch the rain.
Wow. Yeah.
But then the transitioning from me coming up here and still having the curl at the time, everybody was out there too.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, okay, you need to come on up. We don't do this anymore. So that was kind of hard for us. And hard for me. So then I go to let's see, what is it? It was the leisure-like curl where your hair wasn't, so much of the curl, but you could it's your transition, like from natural to, from relaxing to natural.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I was doing, transition. So I had the carefree thing.
I had a relaxer at the time. I decided that I was gonna start locking my hair. And it was really strange looking because I had relaxer on the ends and then my locks.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm getting ready to put the conditioner. This is a 3-in-1 conditioner.
Oh, okay.
So you can use it as a regular conditioner. You can also use it as a leave-in conditioner. You can also use it as a co-wash because really, when you shampoo your hair, it's just for the scalp. When you condition, it's for the hair.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sorry, you were saying about your locks.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying that I started wearing locks and, I loved them and wore them for about 4 years. And they grew out and grew long. And as they got longer, I thought I wanted to do something else and I cut them off and I cried.
Why'd you cut
I thought I wanted to do something else. I was like, I want to do something different with my hair. I'm going to cut my hair, and I've been saying it and saying it. And at that time, you know, locks weren't popular, you know, and so it was kind of like me and going in my friend's kitchen and, you know.
This is what I'm going to try to do then.
And so I just, you know, I was like, I'm going to do something else. I cut my hair. I just boo-hooed. I cried. I held them, and I was just like, oh my goodness.
How long were they?
They were probably to the middle of my back.
I mean, this is just my own personal opinion. That people who have locks, that is commitment.
Oh yeah.
I really think that that's a sense of strength. Because, I mean, you're actually committed to the heritage. You're actually committed to, you know, the lifestyle.
Right.
You just not, I mean, you know, I can understand, well, this is a fad, you know, this is what we're going to do right now. But when you have your locks, you're saying, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Take it or leave it. It is permanent.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And that's how it was for me originally. You know, it made such a big difference, like immediately, like in my surroundings, you know what I mean? Like even with people who would approach me, the difference in having perm in my hair or weave and having my locks, like certain men just wouldn't even try. You know, they wouldn't even look in my direction. Like, nah, she Muslim.
But you know what? But that's us not, you know, not knowing and not understanding. It's like, you know, when you have your natural hair, you get a sense of who you really are. You really do a sense of who you really are. And at first, it was such a hard transition for me because first of all, you missing your hair.
Right.
What you mean? My hair is not the same length as it was. It was hanging down my back, and I can, you know, free flowing in the wind like this. And next thing you know, when your hair is natural, you think everything has changed. You still can't have that, you know, that feeling. But it's more, to me, it's more of a freeing experience. I don't have to have my hair straight in order to look good or to, you know, to be cute or just to be me.
Yeah.
You know, my hair isn't made like that. My hair has kinks and stuff, and so I like it like that. It makes me feel good about who I am, and especially being a dark complexion person, I've always had hang-ups about my color. Now with me having my natural hair the way that it is, it's like I'm beautiful the way that I am.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, you know, not to say anything about my light-skinned sisters, but it was always hard. Kids made it so harsh, and that was like the worst thing.
Yeah. I mean, and I know that people probably don't think about it and don't think it does, but it does go both ways because I grew up here in St. Louis and with people calling me white all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you white, you know. And I hated that. And I would give anything when I was growing up to have darker skin. Even my grandmother, who is darker, would compare me to my darker friends and say, oh, they look so much cuter than you, and you know, stuff like that. And I would just be like, oh, I just want my skin to be darker.
It's always, you know, on the other side, because I've always thought that if you were a more light-skinned complexion, then you were prettier. Colors will look better on you. You know what I'm saying? You get more attention because you're more of a light-skinned complexion. Who's gonna make fun of somebody who's light-skinned, got pretty eyes, and you know, longer hair? But you look at the sister that's like me, dark-skinned, hair nasty. You know, you got people talking about you. No guys, you know, really want to be with somebody of my complexion. They want to be with somebody, you know, your complexion. So that was always a big hang-up for me when it came down to, you know, your hair and then your color too. That was always hard. And then when somebody did give me a compliment, the person that would say, you know, you're a pretty black girl. Like, why do I have to be, you know, why do I have to say the color? I know what color I am. Why can't you just say that I'm pretty? You know, so that was always a hang-up to me. It would bother me all the time. But now, I'm embracing it. My natural hair, my skin color, everything. It's who I am.
I think that, you know, now being older, that I'm really thankful for the experience of, you know, being looked at a certain way and being called names, and even like with my kitchen, you know, in the back of my neck, and you know, all that kind of stuff, and my big lips, and I was so thin and didn't have, you know, all that stuff working for me. Because with younger daughters now, and really, I think it's bigger than just us as black women. Like women, period. You just get criticized for everything.
Right.
You know, you if you don't look a certain way, you know, then you'll get criticized. And we have to realize how beautiful we are, and our daughters teach them to have that confidence. You know what I mean?
You know, at that time and at that age, you know, you feel insecure. My 7-year-old is just secure in herself, and my 24-year-old, she has more confidence. I mean, she basically knows who she is. She goes, yeah, I got big lips. She went and got a tattoo of lips on her. So, you know, I'm confident in that.
Right.
Whereas at that age, I'm still fragile about my skin color, you know, how I look, do I look all right, you know, wear dark colors because the darker colors will make me look brighter, you know what I'm saying? If I wear bright colors, then it's like Halloween. If I'm wearing orange, you know, this looks like Halloween season, you know, I don't want to wear those colors. But every once in a while, I will see somebody dark skin, and I wear whatever color I want to.
Right.
Well, you're confident. You know who
That's
you are.
right. That's right.
But I never got to that point.
Yeah. It takes.
Did you have a time?
No. Yeah, it takes. I think it takes so much for us to go through, but to be able to reach down and bring up somebody else, I think is like, cause they're gonna go through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't have somebody picking me up and saying, you know, that's beautiful. So what, your lips are big, you know? And you gotta be careful too, the messages you send, because if somebody says to you, well, so what, your lips are big, men like that, and you like, oh, you know.
Give it more of a negative look instead of a positive, you know.
Right.
Your lips are beautiful because that's part of you.
Right, exactly.
So now when somebody says something, well, do you think you're cute, or, you know, you got pretty feet or something like that, I say, well, I hope so. These are the only feet I got.
Right.
So I better love, you know, I better love them.
Right.
And it's like with everything. This is me. This is all I got. So I better love me for who I am. You know, but everybody got to get to that point to where they are. And it took me a very long time. I am 40. I'm just now embracing who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's journey is different.
Yep. So, I was going to ask her, was this the leave-in conditioner?
It's the 3-in-1.
Oh, the 3-in-1,
Yeah.
okay.
You can use it as a deep conditioner, you can use it as a leave-in or a cold wash.
Oh, so she has to supply the Chicago location with all that stuff? No wonder she never have any.
She has more than one location.
Yeah, she has some place in Chicago because she has some salon here in town that carry Sweethead Naturals. But she don't need to create no more demand.
Try not to get on there.
Why? You look good.
Don't like it.
Now. If your daughter hears you say that. I went to my first concert ever. Because it was it's on my vision board this year.
You went where?
To my first concert ever. It was Common. I don't like big crowds.
And
Common
Jill
and
Scott?
Jill Scott.
Wow.
Huh?
That was recently, right?
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night. I
wish
love
I would've went to that
Common.
show.
I like Jill Scott. I had to leave because it was Thursday and I had to get people water. We had live on Friday morning.
Right.
But I did not know. She sings a lot about like getting something.
Oh yeah.
What is
that supposed to mean?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Tell me. Tell me.
So that was kind of like surprising. I'd actually never really listened to hardly any of her music. Like I know other songs that she's made written for other people or whatever. Common I like because I think he's a poet. And I thought she was really good too. But it was just kind of, I guess she's kind of single right now.
Oh yeah, she been singing for a while, haven't she?
Yeah.
I don't keep up with.
It's starting to wear on her.
Oh
It's
my.
starting to wear on her. She can tell. You can tell.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first concert. And of course, like 5 of my clients are there. There's like 12 white people in the whole place.
Oh gosh.
And Dan and I happened to sit next to an older African-American woman with her husband, a white guy. She said, well, watch out now, it looks like a club. I'm like, one of the 4,000 people in this theater, I sit right next to her. They were fun. They were funny.
Right.
So it was good. It was good. I'm really not keen on crowds like that.
I know.
Really,
Okay.
I'm very, very.
But you had that on your vision board.
I sure did. I wanted to experience it. So he's gonna do one more.
Oh, okay. This year, right?
Yeah, this year. So I don't know who. He never tells me who it is. It's just
Okay.
he finds them when they come into town, and then he goes, okay, we're going to this one.
Yeah, that's nice.
But
I
yeah,
missed that one. I wanted to see that one.
Well, Jill got
In common year.
Common is good. He's really good, but it's really loud. That's the other thing. It's
Yeah.
like super loud. I'm like, I'm getting old. Well, you know, it kind of starts to trouble you when you start thinking maybe this is noise and you can't recognize music
from noise.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, it's just really loud. Concerts are really loud. And I'm like, okay.
But you like going to see live music, right?
Some, I mean, like, since the last time I saw live music, like really, like, you know, notable, Matisia who was in town, but that was like 600 people at the pageant. It's not like really.
Yeah, I like the pageant. It's cozy.
Yeah, it's a smaller thing. But like 6,000 people in a venue I'd never done.
Right.
And then it's like, no, we gotta go bigger the next time. I'm like, I don't know about that. You know, about halfway through, I'm like, all right, let's focus on how we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, no, that's the tough part. Where were they?
They were at the Peabody.
Oh, right, okay. I haven't been there since they've opened.
It's really beautiful. It's a very beautiful theater.
Yeah, we went to, what's the name of the other one? Right by 40 in Compton. Chaffetz. I went to Chaffetz to see like a throwback concert from like the 90s.
Oh, that's about my era for college. I probably like that.
Yeah.
I figured the next one is something that she probably wants to go to.
Oh yeah.
You know,
So who does she like?
Oh, Sophie, who do you like? What music do you like? She likes Adele. You're not. Yeah, they're not. My kids aren't like Justin Bieber kind of.
Okay.
They're not. Yeah, I know.
What's the boy group that everybody is into? One Direction, right? Are you a fan of them? No? Okay.
No, they're not into the rocky stuff. But Dad listens to kind of like a bunch of eclectic music, and I think that that's what picks them.
a wide variety.
Yes.
Do you like Sam Smith? Have you heard of Sam Smith?
Oh yeah. Say something.
I know he's coming.
See, that's a little bit too morose, and it's like the only song I know of his.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like I'm sitting there like, all right, I think I just like my Spotify radio account that I created. And if all these people can come together in one concert, it'd be fantastic. Until
Oh,
then,
it would be massive though.
yeah, I'm like, until then, there's like only one song that you make that I like.
Yeah, what did they call it? Jennifer?
Yeah, that was actually kind of sad. Because he came from like a broken family.
Yeah.
So she settled down and tried to make something in life. But you know, I think when you have everything available to you, the grass always looks
I'm
greener.
sorry, who is this?
A lot of people don't have everything and think that way.
You're probably right about that too. My father used to say the grass is always green over the toilet. What you know?
Is this the same guy?
No.
I know. It's not getting easy, LaWanda. It isn't.
Shrinks, and we know that it's real as hair when it's natural. The shrinkage is real. That's about it. I'm just gonna rinse this out. This will be it until Miss LaWanda get with me. Okay.
We were just talking about Sam Smith.
He'll be here July 29th.
I saw that.
I said, why did it have to be the 29th? My daughter she's supposed to have her baby by that time.
Oh, wow.
So I just might leave her. Thank you.
How you gonna leave her on?
I said, girl, you had that baby. Look, that's it. You had that baby. Have it in the morning so I can go on and be gone at night. Thank you. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be right there with her. Singing Sam Smith song.
Right. That's how the baby will come in.
You stay with me. Such a good singer. And what I like about it is the fact that if you listen to him sing, he doesn't even try.
Right. It's effortless.
It's so effortless. I mean, everything just comes out and he's just singing and. You know how some of us, we all like this. It's like, yeah, this man just standing there singing. You don't have to do all of that to sing.
Yeah. I'm always pushing when I sing. Sometimes it feels like it's like coming out of my toes, just like it's hard to bring it back down.
Right. But I'm pretty sure you don't have like the turkey neck where you just got it bob with head.
Oh, I have to see. No, I don't know. I would have to see.
It's just something because every time I think of like Jodeci or something like that, or maybe Wanye from Boyz II Men, he's always doing that.
Oh yeah, that's
so
true.
it's like, really, do you have to?
Well, I sang with a guy about a couple months ago who, when he was singing, he was like, it was like using his arm to wind up the voice. Like he was like doing this to like propel.
Kind of like how Patti LaBelle
Oh
getting ready to
yeah, exactly. And I was like, wow, I was just amazed. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's about energy.
Everybody has different things. I mean,
Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to do what the technique is called flat twist. It's one of the styles that's easy to kind of transition. What I like to do is, this is the herbal leave-in, and what this does, it has a heat protectant in it. It has some coconut oil in it, and it's a great detangler. So it has like aloe vera juice in it and all the moisturizing herbs that detangles and moisturize the hair. So we also use this as a refresher to refresh, curly styles too. So, but we're going to use it today to use it as a heat protectant on your hair, okay? So because I like to kind of blow dry the hair a little bit first before I flat twist it. So to me, it lasts a lot longer, and it absorbs the product a little bit more. Because when the hair is wet, you know, it's wet. It's already holding water.
Right.
So when you put product on it, it really won't absorb too much. But if you dry it a little bit, it'll soak it up. It's like hair being a sponge. I've told hair being a sponge. So if you got a wet sponge and you put that wet sponge on a puddle of water, it's not gonna soak it up because it's already holding water.
Right.
So that's kind of like how hair is. So if you had a dry sponge, it'll soak up the water.
Right.
So, and that's what we want to do. We want to kind of dry your hair a little bit first. Who taught you how to sing? Just like my play cousin. What? Who told you you can sing, baby? What? Why? I'm just not finding that.
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to put it on this side? Okay, so which side do you like your hair to kind of fall on, or do you like to go to the back? And the reason why I ask is because it's certain patterns that I do the flat twist with. So, like when it get old, like how you want it to fall.
Right. I think this way. Yeah. This is the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
This way.
I think that's my better side.
You want to do this one?
Let me see. No, that was my better side.
Okay. So we're doing this one. Okay. All right. Okay.
See,
So
this is the 25 side. This is the 35.
right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Too bad I don't got no size. I'm just cute anyway. Okay, that's the thing. I'll just lay you down.
We can all be so lucky.
I'll just say so we're gonna do start where we do the flat twist. And like I was saying, like when you at nighttime, and usually the first 3 days normally people don't really retwist back up or anything. And so but like maybe 2 or 3 days on, you want to take the part instead of our part and retwist them back up. You know?
Okay.
So I just use a little bit. This is a moisture style cream, and it's gonna bring a lot of moisture to your hair, and it also has nectar in it, which this is an all natural product, and it has nectar in it. It's gonna give it a nice hold to it. So but it's now no water base.
Okay.
So it's totally made with aloe vera juice. So it's a no water base product. It'll just kind of be straight.
Right.
So we're gonna put a rod at the end.
Yeah, I mean, so after having my hair natural for so long, I felt like it was like breaking the rules to perm my hair. And the conversation always was, oh, you can't, once you go natural, you can't go back to, the creamy crack or whatever,
right,
the perm. But I think for me, I realized that, for one thing, after having my hair natural for so long, I was feeling like I know why my hair was natural. After having it natural, I understood embracing my hair for what it was, and not feeling like I needed to you know, do something different. And for a long time, even my locks were like repellent to what I thought was ignorance.
Right.
You know, like certain people just wouldn't talk to me because they like, oh nah, man, you know, I don't know where she you know what I'm saying, with her hair like that. And even with going to work and people like, yo, her nappy. I'm like, well, it grow out my head like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, it is. But
then how did you feel once you had gotten your relaxer done?
I was doing something different. Like, I always get to this point where I feel like I need to do something different. And, you know, after I cut my locks off in like 2008, so God, it's been almost 8 years.
Yeah.
I just been like battling with my hair, you know, and what to do with it and how I wanted to, you know.
Right. So have you ever considered going back to your locks though?
I have, but I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Why is that?
The last time I had them, I hated them. And so, you know, I started growing my hair out underneath my locks, and then I started taking them down, like I was combing them out. And I don't know, like after they got so long, and people have said this, just grow them and, you know, keep them short if you want to, or keep them at a certain length, because after they grow so long, like they're snagging and, you know, heavy, like the weight of them. And so and they absorb everything, you know, energy, smells, you know what I'm saying? And so I was just like, this is just too much for me at this point. I don't know. So I just.
Now, was this after or before, like, you know, you having your baby? Like, do you feel anything that kind of, you know, was part of maybe, or?
I cut them long before I was pregnant with him, so that was, you know, it was more. And what was funny was I had started singing reggae with my locks.
Right.
And of course those two things go hand in hand, and so it was almost like when I cut them, the reaction that I got was kind of like, you should have locks. You know what I'm saying? You sing reggae music, you should have locks. Those two things go hand in hand, blah, blah. But I'm like, it's my head. I can do what I want to do. If I want to cut it off, bald, if that's what I'm feeling, you know, then I should be able to do it, you know.
You know, they think all girls supposed to play with dolls and boys supposed to play with the, you know.
That is, you know, it's something that with my 4-year-old right now I'm struggling with, because he met some other friends and he has a doll because he picked it out. That's what he wanted. We got it. You know, it wasn't a big deal to me. I mean, you know, whatever he wanted to play with. So, and he doesn't really play with it much, but still he wanted it at the time. You know how kids are. Anyway, so he brought out his toys to play with our neighbors, and they were like, that's for girls. And he looked confused, like, it is? You know what I'm saying? Or like if one of his toys, he has a microphone, because he loves Frozen, and it's purple, and when you push the button it plays the song Let It Go. You know, he loves the song or whatever. And they were like, that's for girls. And he's like confused, like, what? It is? And so, you know, that comes from other people now. It doesn't come from me telling him what boys and girls should play with and what they should do. Girls cook, boys play with trucks. That's not true. Some men that I've known have been way better cooks than anybody else I knew.
Ooh, tell me about it. And some women drive trucks way better than men.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a sister right now working on a construction site. She hang with the best of them.
Right.
So, you know, I don't know.
Well, this journey is going to be good. It's, you know, I'm glad that you choose naturally curly.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives you a chance to embrace what your hair does with, of course, great products. Because it's really all about a product.
Yeah.
You know, and how your hair responds. That's why our products, we only sell to salons and only in salons, because we want to educate you about your hair. We want to know about what your goals are, and also too, you know, what is the right product, because so many people are going natural and they are buying so many products to find out what works. And so, you know, as licensed professionals, you know, that deal with natural hair, we want to educate our clients and about their own natural hair texture, their own texture, because what you see on different, you know, in different media or whatever, that look good on somebody else, it may look good on somebody else, but it, you know, it's maybe not be for you.
Right.
You know, and then you're judging your results
But this thing to
on that
really,
person. You know, we put vitamin B in there, so it's the only vitamin that goes into the hair shaft and strengthen it. So we have that in that steam, in our steamer.
Okay.
So, and it really just kind of infuse a boost of moisture in it too at the same time. Really, really makes the hair soft.